My name is Amber and I make crocheting beginner friendly. Today I'm going to show you how to do the waffle stitch. You want to start with a chain that is in a multiple of 3, and then you're going to add 3 more for double crochet stitch. So I'm going to do a chain of 30 and then add 3 more at the end. So now that I have my chain of 30, I added 3 more at the end. I'm going to go into the 3rd stitch from my hook. So 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do a double crochet stitch. And then I'm going to do a double crochet stitch in every chain there is. Make sure you get into every single one all the way down to the very end. Once you're done with that, we'll start row 2. Okay, now that we're down to the end, we're going to finish our first row with the double crochet stitches. This first row is going to be your foundation row of the waffle stitch, and then we're going to start doing the actual stitches for the waffle stitch in rows 2 and 3. So now that you're at the end, you're going to chain 3 and then turn your work. This chain is going to be your first double crochet stitch in this row. You're going to go directly into the next one here and do a second double crochet stitch. Then I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to go under that post to do my next one. In this next stitch here, I'm going to go directly onto the top of that double crochet stitch, put another double crochet stitch, going under the V that those stitches make. And then I'm going to go under the post, and then I'm going to keep doing that pattern with two double crochet stitches on the top like normal, and then the next one underneath the post of that double crochet stitch below. And you can see it's starting to create this texture, so keep doing that till you get to the very end of your row. Alright, so now that I'm down towards the end of my row, I'm going to work through the front post like that. Okay, so now that I'm at the end, I have 3 of my stitches left. I'm going to go into the top of these 2 here, and then the very last one I'm going to work the front of that post. I'm going to go around that post. Just like this, around the post to end that row. Then I'm going to chain 3 and turn my work. So now on row 3, you're going to do basically opposite of what you did in the row below. So this is my first double crochet stitch here. I'm going to go underneath the posts of the next 2. And work my double crochet stitches there. Then in this double crochet stitch here, I'm going to go in directly into the top and do a double crochet stitch. Then I'm just going to repeat that, going under the posts, going under the post of the next 2, and going into the top of that stitch under the V of the next one. So again, under the posts of the next 2, and then in the top of this one here. So this is the back side of my project, but if you turn it around, you'll start to see that waffle stitch appearing. So go ahead and continue doing this all the way down to the end of row 3. All right, so I'm here at the end again. I'm going to go into the top of this one with a double crochet stitch and then underneath the post of the next 2. All right, so then chain 3, turn your work. Now I'm going to do what I did in row 2. So this is my first double crochet stitch. My second one is going to go into the top here. And then the third one underneath this post. And then keep going into the top of the next 2. And then under the post of the next one. I'm going to keep doing that all the way down to the end, and then you're just going to keep repeating row 2 and 3 till you get done with your project. The waffle stitch is a really great stitch because it makes this spongy texture that is really great for washcloths or even bath mats. However, I would use a cotton yarn or something that's really absorbent. Today I used an acrylic weight 4 yarn and a 5.5 millimeter hook. And that's the waffle stitch. Hope this tutorial was helpful. Please follow for more tutorials like this.